Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how you can do shoes in a patchwork style. So for that I'm using my Woolly Hugs Charity. It's 75% wool, 15% polyamide and 10% polylactic. It's 50 grams and 100 meters in each ball, and you can wash it at 40 degrees Celsius. So this is why it's really great for clothes. As far as the crocheting hook goes, I'm using a 3mm one. So I usually use a 3.5mm one with this yarn, but this time I want it to be a little bit more tight. So it's going to work great with a 3mm one. And then I have here my little scissors and a sewing needle for some details. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. So we have 8 different colors here. And if you're doing this for the first time, I'd recommend using 8 colors because it's going to be a lot easier to follow. And then if you'd like the project, you can do it in just one color or in multiple colors. Of course, the patchwork style is going to be much more visible if you do multiple colors. So choose the colors that you like, and then we can get started. So you see here one piece that I already worked on, but I'm going to start here with a different color. So I started here with the red, and now I'm going to start with the yellow. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can follow more nicely. So we're going to do a slip knot, and then we're going to get started with 14 chains. Almost done, and then we're gonna do one more chain, and into the chain next to it we're gonna go in and we're gonna do singles into each next chain that we have. Five. 8, 14. There we go. Then a chain to turn, and then we're going to keep going with the singles right back. Four and 5. Nine and 10. There we go. So we're going to keep working like this until we have 15 rows. So that's going to be the one box. And you can see on here the 15 rows, and then we're going to change the color and we're going to keep going with the 15 rows. Then later we're going to fold it in half like this, and we're going to form the shoe shape, the house shoe shape. So first you need the squares done, and then we can get on with the rest of the project. So 15 rows per each of the squares, and then we're going to keep going. So you see here the colors that I have. So feel free to pause the video and then we can continue from where you're at. So when you've done that, we're going to start here on the right side, and I'm going to take a new color here, and I'm going to go underneath the first chain that I did right here. And then I'm just going to work with the new color. I'm going to do a chain first, and then I'm going to keep working again 14 singles into the existing green stitches that I have. And as always, I'm working in the beginning thread as well so that I don't have to do it later. You know that I avoid weaving in at the end, so if I can hide it while I'm working, that's what I'm always going to do. There we go. So now we're going to turn with the chain again, and we're going to go back with again 14 chains, 14 singles, and then we're going to do 14 rows since we already have the 15 total, and then I'll be back when I do that. So do the 15 rows here, that's going to be the 7th square, and then all that we're missing is the 8th square. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. That one is going to go on the other side here where my green box is, or where the second box from the beginning is. So on this edge right here, so here we started on the one side with the pink, and here we're going to start on the other. So now that you finish this, we can put it all together. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. So this edge is what we want, so this little corner, and we're going to put that together. So I'm going to use my leftover yarn that I have on here. You don't need much, but we're just going to go ahead and connect this. So I'm going from the one side to the other, and I'm just taking the 1/2 of my stitch and taking the thread through with me. I'm using a darning needle here, but you can use anything else that you like, and just connect that. So you always go through there where your thread ends, because that way you're not going to have any loops kind of crossing over from the one side to the other, or at least it's not going to be as visible. So this is what it looks like on the outside. So this side we closed off, and now we want the other one as well. So we're gonna connect that. It's the exact same method as a moment ago. And you're not gonna need a lot of yarn for this as well. So I'm just going to put this together and then I'll be back. So this stitch is now done, or this side is connected, and now we're just going to keep going with the next one. So in my case, it's going to be the blue. So the first box with the 4th that you did. And it's again the same method. Make sure you go really close, so as close as possible, because the wider you go, the weirder your stitch is going to be in the end. And you're going to possibly have holes in your work, so this way it looks really good. And here are the stitches from the outside. So now we're going to connect these two, so the green and the white. So these are the last two you did in the one line before you did the 2 extra on the sides. And we're again going to do the same thing and just connect them. So you can see this is not a difficult project to do. It's mostly just about connecting the right sides together. But apart from that, it's really easy. And it's also pretty fast once you get the hang of it. So now we're going to connect the last open edge of the 6th square of the 6th box, and we're going to connect it with the blue here, with the 4th square. So the 5th and 6th are already connected, and now we're going to do 6 and 4. So we're basically just continuing this stitch that we just did, and we're expanding it to the next box as well. And then slowly and hopefully you can already recognize the house shoe shape, but it's going to be more visible once you do this stitch. So here is the stitch that I just did, and now we're going to continue that line again. So the pink square or the first square you did on the side, we're going to connect with the one that's on the bottom. So that's the 3rd one I did. So this yellow one is the 3rd one, is what I mean. And now we're closing this side off. Again, it's the same thing, same method. And now the last thing to do is to connect the leftover 2 squares that we have here on top. And then when we do that stitch, we're pretty much done. So we're going to connect the pink and the red here in my case. And I'm going to show you from the top. You can already see the shoe shape here. So I'm at the end, and I'm going to do a little knot here to keep it in place and weave it in just a bit so that it stays that way. And then we can shorten the thread, the yarn, and turn everything inside out, or actually the right way around. And there's the shoe. So here you can see both shoes right now, and they're really soft, they're really easy to do. You can see how colorful and playful they are. So you see all of the colors on here. I did both in the exact same way. So all of the colors are going to be exactly symmetrical in both shoes. You can of course play with this, make it different. Here is the sole and what that looks like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like the project, feel free to click on the subscribe button and shoot the thumbs up. So I hope you enjoyed. You can also check out my other videos. I do a lot of Tunisian crocheting or nooking, a lot of knitting, a lot of crocheting. And yeah, thanks for watching Veronika Hug. Stay tuned for the next video. And until then, have a great day. Bye!